Good afternoon. Uh, if you're wondering why I have so much time to make these videos, I'm a teacher who's on spring break, and yes, I have a stack of things to grade, student tests, and I'm taking a quick break to talk a little bit more about the Ron Santorum campaign. One of the things that we just found out today is that while Mitt Romney maintains a healthy lead in delegates, before the primaries last night, he needed just under 48% of the remaining delegates to attain the necessary majority. Now he needs over 48% of the remaining delegates. So in some sense, though his lead has gotten numerically wider, he has a greater burden as far as how many of the remaining delegates he needs to win to get a majority. And let's keep that in mind. A plurality, in other words, having more delegates than anyone else, is not enough. He needs a majority, 50% or more. So while he's still the front runner in terms of having more delegates and ahead in some national polls, it's kind of odd that the front runner keeps losing primaries. I mean, shouldn't we have a say, right? Or shouldn't the voters have a say? The next thing to notice is that Mitt Romney says that he's not concerned that he's losing at the ballot box. Now, what does that say? What does that say, that coming in second or coming in third, especially to candidates that you vastly outspent, candidates who don't have the same access to the national machine, what does that say about you? What does it say about your campaign? What does it say about what you're about? You know, the thing is that he got beat, and he got beat badly. The next thing that's appeared in the news is something about Rick and an appearance in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, of course, is voting this weekend, as is the great state of Missouri. And though Puerto Rico cannot vote in the national election, it can vote in the primary. And true to his word, although Rick told the people in Puerto Rico that he would back them becoming a state if they wanted to, he was also quite clear that they would have to have English as their primary language. Now understand there are different languages spoken in Hawaii, although English is a primary language. We also realize that there's rich cultural diversity in Louisiana. Many people there speak French. And that's a good thing. Many Texans, especially in central part of Texas, speak German. But there is a language that unites us, that is English, and that would have to be the primary language. And even though this might be an unpopular thing to say, Rick stood by the principles and flat out said it. He is not someone who panders. Now we can listen to Mitt talk about, Mitt's not going to light his hair on fire for votes. But one thing we've seen in practice is that Rick isn't going to tell people what they want to hear. Isn't it? And think about that. Isn't that a virtue in a candidate? So it's just something else to consider as we move along. And I'll check in a little bit later in the week, probably. I've got to get back to those papers. The students are doing okay. You know, some didn't study enough, and some are doing quite well. I'll check with you later. Thanks for listening.